Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be looking at a young lady from ESTHETICA who goes by the name WREN. This is what she looks like, and I have her in the color Caramel Kiss, so stay tuned. Hi everyone, welcome back. My name is Coco and this is Coco's Hair Solutions. Today we're looking at WREN from ESTHETICA. This is what she, this is what she looks like in the catalog picture. And if you even look online a little further, you might see her represented in this picture. But I have her here today in the color Caramel Kiss. And this is what she looks like. She's another one of those beautiful shoulder length wavy bobs. And of course, with a color like Caramel Kiss, it is absolutely gorgeous. Look at the light highlights around the face. She's a blunt cut all the way around with beautiful body and waves. And of course, we don't ever have to worry about these waves ever washing out, because as long as you use cold water, this wig will come back looking exactly like that when you wash it. And so she is a monopart as well with a lace front. So you're going to get some of that realism that just looks so pretty. And of course, this is my new favorite look. I love those full bobs that are just right above the shoulders. So we'll see exactly how long she is. But first, let's take a look at the color up close. Caramel Kiss. So you can see it's a warm brown with golden highlights in there, just scattered everywhere, all throughout the whole wig, and especially around the front of the wig where we have the beautiful hairline and highlights going everywhere around the face. And of course, you'll notice that even more so when I put this on. Okay, but that's a beautiful warm brown color. All right, her cap is a left part monopart with a lace front from high temple to high temple. We have closed ear tabs over here. Oops, no, they're open, excuse me. Okay, open ear tabs with lots of fibers stitched on that underside. That's why I couldn't tell. Anyway, lots of them. And of course, metal stays in the ear tabs. We have an open extended nape as well, with a hook and eye adjusters on both the right and the left. And then of course, lots of stretchy wefts to make that a lot more comfortable and airy. Jeez. Okay, well, this is gorgeous, isn't she? She is just a really nice density too. So it's not too much, but you know, these do have a tendency, these kinds of bobs do have a tendency to be a little full. So we'll just have to see how she is, and we'll read about her dimensions when I put her on, okay? So before I put her on, what I have on today is Hope by Godiva's Secret Wigs in the color Frosted Taupe. I've done a review on her. I'll put that tag right up there and you can go see her whenever you like. Okay, so now let's put on Hope. Okay, here she is. I'm gonna get her up to my hairline. And already you can see those beautiful highlights, can't you? Oh, just so pretty. Okay, make sure all of those hair fibers are pulled out from under the ear tabs, and make sure they're not tucked underneath the cap in any way. Now, the cap itself feels very nice. Remember, I have a 22-inch circumference, and so I'm a little edging towards the larger size. This cap does feel really nice. Nice and stretchy. It's not tight, it's not over snug, but it feels very good. And even all the way around. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I just put this young lady on. I haven't done a thing to her. She looks great. I don't have to do much. Let me do a spin for you, okay? So we've got the side view. We see how that movement is. The back. Of course, that movement. And you can see the blunt cut. And then my right side, just a very comfortable. Oh, I love this. I love this style. It's almost like a triangle, isn't it? When it comes down into that shape. But I do like that. I think it's very attractive that's how I shape a lot of my wigs, is to have more fullness right in this area. But you can see how much coverage I have, and that is fitting really well on my sideburns. My hairline all the way across is really nice, really nice. And then my coverage on this side is very, very good coverage. This is the ear tab right here, and then it sits on right above my ear. So I couldn't ask for a better fit. This young lady is unbelievable. She is really nice. So, oh my gosh. Okay, well, this is WREN. Let's read about her, okay? Okay, so the bang is 10 inches. The sides are 8 1/4. The crown is 11. The nape is 4. And she is available in 12 different colors. And she's described as a front lace line with lace part, short layered bob with curls. So, oh my gosh. So I think, you know, with this part, you've got some leeway between the edge of that mono part on the top. And you've got this much room that you can play with the part. You can go closer to the center, or you can go further away from the center of the top of the head to do your part. You can also, because the lace front is significant, you can also take it and angle that part more towards right off center if you like having that center type of a part. I'll show you what I mean. So even though it's parted, we could take it and go diagonally up into that mono part. Bring that back over here, and it gives you a little bit off-center illusion of a part. So you can play around with that so that it ends up still being within the confines of that mono part, but you still have a little bit more of a centered part. You know, it's just something variable that you can do. And of course, you can take that back over there and blend it with the rest of the hair. Now, as you know, with these kinds of curly girls, once you start brushing them, the hair fibers sit and separate, and they lay on top of each other, so they become much larger. So this young lady may be something that you may only want to finger curl, or finger comb, excuse me. And coming from underneath is where you're going to do the most good, because that's where the friction frizz is going to begin. And that won't disturb, when you take and smooth that out, it won't disturb the separated curls that you see with this beautiful style. Oh my gosh, I'm amazed. I just love this style. Okay, now let's play with her, okay? We have one kind of headband that's like a boho cloth headband. You can find these headbands in my Amazon store, but you can pull that back and set that on top. You can actually take this top bang part and tuck it underneath that part of the headband so that it holds it back. And that's one way to wear this, and to keep that little tendril out of your eyes. It's a good side view. I love that fullness in the back, don't you? I have my wonderful square band that I love to wear. This one happens to match my shirt really well. And again, I would probably want to tuck that under the headband and hold that back in place. That's really cute too, isn't it? Now, if you didn't want to wear a headband, but you still wanted to have something to control this little bit, these little clips that I have and love to use with these kinds of hairstyles, they're little tiny clips. I can bring that, set this where I want it. So if I want to have it pulled back there, or if I want to, maybe show off a little bit of that hairline. I could lift this up a little bit further and either clip that directly up there to hold that out of place, smooth out the rest of this so that it looks calmed down and not fly away. That's always cute. We can always take and go from the underneath. So I'm going to come from underneath and I'm feeling my way up to the hair right here, and I'm clipping it from underneath. So now you don't see much of a clip, and that hair is going to stay out of my way. And that way I don't wear a clip if I want to look a little more sophisticated, rather than using clips and barrettes and that kind of thing, which sometimes it can seem a bit juvenile, but not necessarily, especially if you're dressing up. It's a really important part. But we got to keep that hair out of our face, right? So that's one way of doing it. So wearing a wire headband is one way, leaving some in the front and some in the back. And you know what else I like to do? I like to take a standard bandana and put that on the top here. You can leave a little bit of hair out in front, tie it underneath, pull it all back like that. And that's a really cute little look too. I mean, just for casual, you know, maybe you're going to go out and pick peaches or something. You never know. And then another thing that comes along with summertime is making sure that you shade your eyes and you want to have some covering, but you don't know what to do. My favorite thing is getting a nice big visor, and you can get this on Amazon, and it's easy to pull out, set right on top, and there I am. I'm not adding more heat and coverage here so that the heat will rise and escape from my wig, but I also have some coverage, and then I look really cool when I put my sunglasses on. So I think this young lady is a keeper. Honestly, this is a great color if you're a medium to light brown. This is a great one for you because the highlights raise that color dimension a little bit more on the lighter side. All right, let's take this girl outside to see what the color looks like out in daylight. All right. Okay, so we get to get some sunlight, direct sunlight and shade. So we'll start with a little bit in the shade. Filtered light. You can see the beautiful highlights around the face and temple area. Really, really pretty. Really pretty. You can play those up by having the hairs stand up a little bit more. You might want to steam that a little bit just to raise up and show off those beautiful highlights. Let's see what else I can make this look like. Okay. I love the blunt cut. I really do. For me, after having a lifetime of thin, fine hair, and my hair always looks scraggly. This is just a beautiful little hairstyle. Okay, getting more into some other shadows and light exposure. So you can see, get the wind blowing a little bit. It's just really nice and pleasant. Up here, another beautiful day in the Pacific Northwest. Yeah, beautiful color. Let's take a look at that hairline. You can see that a little bit better. Let's see, there you go. We'll step into the sunlight. So you can see, definitely see the warmth in this particular color. It's gorgeous, just gorgeous. One of my favorite colors. Okay. Yep, still some direct sunlight, some shadows. Yeah. Okay, well, think you've seen enough here. This is a pretty girl. All right, let's go back inside. Well, I have to say this is one of of a surprise to me a little bit with just how perfect she seems to be. Just looking at the picture here, yeah, looking at her picture, it doesn't quite look along the bottom border the same as what I'm experiencing here. So I don't know, I think you'll have to take your chances. We've got a picture right here that looks a little more blunt in the cut, but most definitely this style here, this is still WREN, and this is another sample of a model wearing it. This looks more like what I'm experiencing here. So maybe that's going to give you a better idea of what to expect. So I love it. 2 thumbs up for this young lady from ESTHETICA who goes by the name WREN in the color Caramel Kiss or Caramel Kiss, whichever you prefer. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed seeing WREN, and we'll take a look at some more ESTHETICA wigs down the road. Okay. You guys have a great week, and I will see you next time in Coco's Hair Solutions. Bye-bye.